Welcome back, everyone, to the Certified Python, what is it? It's the Certified Associate Python Programmer course, and my name is Anthony Sequeira, and I am thrilled that you are joining me for this Section 1 solution. That's right, we had a challenge presented to us in which we needed to create a Python program called magic8ball.py. We need to use the random module in the assignment. We needed to we needed to ask the user to type a yes or no question. We needed to store the classic responses in a list and then give them an answer and then allow them to ask another question. And as you recall, I gave you the official responses that we were to use. So let's go ahead and take a look at my solution. Remember, this solution is one of many possible solutions that would work for this Python programming assignment. So obviously, don't worry if yours is measurably different. There's going to be many styles and many approaches here. But I begin by importing the random module. Yeah, gotta do that or you would not get all your points correctly. By the way, I named it magic.py. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I did not name it appropriately, right? It was supposed to be named magic_8_ball.py. So right away, I noticed that I did not name this application properly. Isn't that something? So it just goes to show you, here I am, the teacher, and I didn't even get it right. I want us to be paying attention to details like that in these assignments. And the reason why is, as programmers, as coders, as developers, we should always be working with precision. So shame on me, I didn't even name it correctly. Okay, but back to my approach. Notice I create a variable named responses, and I fill this with the possible responses. Notice I am creating a list as it told me to do. Now, you've never seen me use this type of visual approach in any of my courses here on Python. And I did it this way because it just looks so much better for readability. Yeah, to break each one of these entries on individual lines. And then notice we close out the entire creation of this list with the closing bracket. But yeah, just remember there is formatting that we can do in order to improve readability on something like a very long list. Okay, then we have the output sent to the end user. That is welcome to the Magic 8 Ball. And then we use a while loop. And the way I decided to do this was just do a while true loop and ask the yes or prompt for the yes or no question, take the answer variable and fill it with the random choice from the list of responses, go ahead and print the answer, and then go ahead and indicate whether or not, or give a input for the fact of the person asking another question. Notice I did this with a play_again variable, and I fill that variable with the do they want to play again, yes or no. I then do a simple if statement. If play_again and converted to lowercase doesn't equal yes, then we say goodbye to them and break the loop. So I wanted to show you one way to do the looping that would be required here. Yeah, pretty clever way, right? So if they type anything other than yes, then we say goodbye to them and break out of the program. Pretty neat. So when it comes time to testing this thing, you would run it, and I would ask the Magic 8 Ball a question. Am I going to be a billionaire from teaching on YouTube, for example. And the Magic 8 Ball says, it is decidedly so. Woohoo! Uh-oh. I think we have a problem with the Magic 8 Ball. No, anyways, would you like to ask another question? Yes. And what's the yes or no question that you want to ask? Am I handsome? Oh boy, this is going to be problematic. Oh, look at this. It is certain. Gosh, I love that we determined that the Magic 8 Ball is biased towards positivity. Hey, does our no work? Yeah, look at that. It does. All right, so the Magic 8 Ball may be a little bit flawed, right? I don't think I'll ever be a billionaire from YouTube, nor do I want to be. But as we saw, our program is working beautifully, and it is functioning the way we were asked to make it function. Again, one of the things I wanted to point out, I am taking the value of the play again variable and just using the function of lower to ensure it's all lowercase when we do the evaluation of whether or not the end user said yes. One of the things you should start doing, obviously, when you are debugging your code is do weird stuff like that, right? Like you would say, this is my yes or no question. And then we get cannot predict now. And then you would test like, does it work if you do all uppercase? Does it work if you do all lowercase? And when you discover there's problems with that, then you can address those issues with things like the lower function to do a conversion into all lowercase. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this video where we walk through one potential solution for the Magic 8 Ball assignment.